you guys, good morning. Welcome to another work vlog week. Oh, there's a spider in my kitchen. I'll just injure him. All right, we're already killing things on a Monday morning. So this week is gonna be a little different because I'm helping another audit within my division to do an inventory count of one of their clients. So it's not my client, I don't do government agencies. I went ahead and volunteered that, yeah, I'll help with the Knoxville location. We don't have a lot of people out here in Knoxville, it's a very small office. So I get to physically go to work this week, not to the office. I actually get to go out and do things, which is so exciting. And I get to pack a lunch for the first time in literally, what, 8 weeks? I've literally been working from home for 2 months. So I'm gonna pack this really quick. So there's like these storerooms where the actual everyday staff are in. We're auditing, making sure their inventory count is correct, but I don't ever get to do inventory with my clients because inventory is never a material item on their financial statements, so we don't care to look at it. But for this client, it is huge, and it's material to the CAFR, I believe. So the entire report that Tennessee sends out as a whole with all of our audits on it. But each storeroom is gonna actually have their finance people come and watch them count, and I believe they work in Nashville, the finance teams. So they're coming to watch their storekeepers count the inventory, and then we're coming to watch their finance people watch their storekeepers count. I believe that's how it's done. And then at the end, we do a few test counts where after everything is counted and put on post-it notes on the end of the rack of the physical inventory, we're gonna run through and check random items to make sure that the test counts are right. So we'll recount like a handful of things, and handful is probably gonna be like 20. So I'm packing my lunch, got some grapes, got some strawberries I wanna bring too. Our audit people did give us formal instructions for this, so I printed those off this weekend and looked over them. But other than that, I'm not 100% sure everything that's going on. In fact, the physical location that I'm going to is kind of a campus style. There's lots of different buildings, and I have no idea which building I'm even going to. I'm gonna leave just slightly early, and hopefully the buildings are labeled. I honestly did this last year and physically do not remember hardly anything about it. For some reason, it did not stick in my memory. So yeah, it's about 6:40. Also, we were told to wear comfortable clothing that we're okay with getting dirty. So I'm wearing an old polo with some jeans and some tennis shoes. For those of you that are worried about COVID-19, I should definitely mention that this client has a ton of locations, so it's not feasible for the auditors of the agency to go and do all this inventory count because there are so many all over the state. But when they asked for volunteers, they definitely made sure that we were okay with traveling. We'll also be in masks the entire time, and we're gonna have gloves on. And last week when we had our video meeting talking about the whole thing with the people going out to East Tennessee this week, they asked us like 3 more times if we're sure we're okay to travel and be around people. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain of what to expect this week, but it should be fun. I can't necessarily take you guys along with me on the actual inventory count for obvious reasons. That would be really weird. The auditor shows up with a camera and you guys are all being recorded. You better know how to count. But I can talk some about it when I get off work. It should be fun. It'll be an adventure for sure. Welcome to Heaven's Audventure Inventory Edition. All right guys, it's 7:15. I'm about to leave. Get there by 8. I should get there still early. This is the mask that I bleached last night that my mom handmade. I think I'm gonna wear it. It's like bigger and doesn't move as much, but I also have this one that mom made. This one's more for like working out, a lot smaller. The new normal when part of your fashion statement is deciding which mask you want to wear. All right, y'all, let's go. How's it going? I'm on lunch. I actually forgot to bring a drink. I brought a water bottle, but it is really hot outside, so it's really warm. So I'm gonna swing by this KFC. Yeah, I think I just want a large sweet tea.
All right, $2.39, jump on up.
Thank you. $2.39, why didn't I go to McDonald's? But now I'm gonna eat my lunch. All right, you guys, we are done with day 1. My brain has so many numbers. Since we stopped doing the inventory today, 30 minutes short of a 7.5 hour day, I'm gonna work an extra 30 minutes just to make up the time. But after we did all the counts, me and my coworker compared notes and made sure we each had the same numbers, same amounts for everything. And there were a couple items we made notes of so we can tell the actual audit that this is. This is literally not our audit, so we need to make very thorough notes so we can pass it on to the auditors who's actually responsible for this test work. So now I'm going to key in every single number of the 600 plus items into the Excel spreadsheet to get them off of my terribly handwritten numbers, so hopefully I can read my own handwriting. All right, so I just made up my extra 30 minutes. So that's all for today, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. tomorrow on Tuesday. Why am I so weird? Happy Tuesday, you guys. I actually got ready for work an hour early. I think I misjudged the time. I don't know what happened, but I enjoy mornings, so it'll be great. I'm gonna listen to some worship music, probably read my devotional. So here's today's outfit. This mirror is super short, so I can't even see what you guys are seeing. Just wearing a t-shirt today. Figured it was appropriate. Happy Tuesday, y'all. All right, fam, we are done by lunch. We had to measure and count oil in 3 different sized barrels, but it's in inventory by the quart, but the barrels are sized by gallons. And so you measure it by sticking in this really, really long yardstick, but it goes on for like several feet. And you have to use a conversion chart by the inch. So if it's a partial inch, you have like lots of decimal places, then you convert it to quarts. My brain hurts, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, I guess I'll head back home, probably eat some lunch, and then work for the rest of the day on my current audit. And yeah, not a bad day, y'all. Not a bad day. First order of business, I need to check my P.O. box for you guys if they let me inside. I don't know how COVID-19's treating us. People talk about the DMV being the worst place to go to as far as like, you know, being with the public and rude employees. Ain't nobody ever been more rude to me consistently than any United States Postal Service Center. The post office, I literally dread going because they are so rude every single time. But anyways, some people are just bitter. It's fine. I got a postcard from Missouri from Todd. Aw, but that's really cool. Thank you so much. I also got some more stamps, Sesame Street stamps.
Because I'm 5.
I paid my renewal for my P.O. box. I mailed my friend's gift. We're good to go, fam. I want to talk a little bit about the logistics of doing inventory. I did help with it last year. I think I mentioned that. But closing down the warehouse, the storeroom, the store, whatever it is that you're counting inventory is very, very important. It's very crucial to know the detailed process of what the client did to shut down their inventory, because anything purchased, any work orders, anytime inventory is moving during the inventory process, you're obviously going to have a different count than what's in the computer. Because you close down the computer on, say, Friday, you're coming into count on Monday, assuming it's closed on the weekends. We're government. We've been counting this week, but the computer has literally been shut down since 5 p.m. on Friday. So anything coming and going on their daily processes throughout this week, they're having to manually writing down every single item coming and going. We're adding those on into our inventory counts to keep track of every single item. But my specific client that we're counting inventory with this week, there's like a lot of locations all over the state of Tennessee. So even if we have a couple differences in our inventory counts at this location, they're going to get added up with all of the other locations across the state before it actually goes into the giant CAFR audit. CAFR's materiality number is so enormous, it's going to take a lot for it to be like materially different, but it's very important that we're still counting, obviously, and we're making note of any variance that we have. I actually got to help with inventory when I worked in Hibbett Sports as a associate, and we opened at 9 a.m. so we started the inventory count at 4 a.m. so they sent corporate auditors from their headquarters in Birmingham, Alabama to come and watch us count every single item on the entire shelf of the entire store. So I had an internal auditor following me around that worked for Hibbett Sports, watching me count, and then we had their auditor, their external auditors, coming and doing test counts to make sure that the internal auditor didn't just fudge numbers to agree with what the computer said. I do remember having a blank count sheet, so I didn't know how many we were supposed to have, so I was just literally counting, which is how you're supposed to do it. That's accurate results. And I was also studying accounting at the time, so it's kind of cool to read about inventory and then to actually do inventory in real life. So yeah, that's a little bit more about the inventory. I'm going to work for the rest of the day on my audit and probably transcribe some of those inventory counts to my actual Excel sheet, making sure I got all the numbers right, making a list of all the notes that I made, and yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Here's the outfit. I am wearing our official polo today. I don't usually wear this shirt because I picked the wrong size when I hired on and it's way too big. Today we're going to a different warehouse than we were at Monday and Tuesday. So we're starting fresh with a new whole thing of inventory to count. So yeah, it should be a good day. I am very, very, very tired, but I got some coffee brewing. So let's hope it works. Alright, you guys, I just made it to what I believe is the next site. So hopefully I see somebody that I recognize here soon. And we're gonna start counting. Aha! There's our internal auditor that we're following around. Okay, he's here. Let me put the camera on because that's embarrassing. Alright, guys, we're on lunch. It's 12:15. I love today's inventory. I hate it for the stockroom employees because it's, I mean, watching people count. They're having to count. If they miss one, we have them recount. So it's miserable for them, but I don't mind these days getting out of the office, not having to look at a computer. I am doing it on my iPad today and yesterday, and it works so much easier. Because on each item number, they're like 8 digits long for an item number, so I can just hit Control F or search and find exactly which item number. So we can find it a little easier than just scanning down thousands of items with your eyeballs. I'm so tired though. I need a nap. I got some strawberries and some grapes and some cheese and some yolk and a sandwich. I'm making my first grader dreams come true with this lunch. I got some Pringles, some animal crackers, some Ritz, some fruit snacks. Apparently I was expecting to starve to death. All right, you guys, I just made it home. It is almost 4 o'clock. I think I'm short an hour for the day because we finished a whole day early. We were supposed to finish inventory tomorrow by lunch. I just said that really weird. And we actually finished it today and a little early. So that ends my fun field trip, but I need to key everything into my computer, send everything over, put it in the shared drive, add any additional comments that I made. I'll show you guys just a little sample of what the inventory count sheet looks like if you've never done inventory. It looks exactly like in your audit textbook when you're studying auditing. It's literally an Excel spreadsheet / Word document / PDF / whatever format that it is in. And it's a list of every single item that should be in your inventory with the item number, which is probably gonna be a really long number. And then you have a column that's supposed to be blank. The staff counting the items are not supposed to know what the actual amount is in the computer. Obviously, they would just pretend to count and say, oh yeah, there's 13 because the computer says there's 13. So us external auditors had the actual amount that it's supposed to be, but everyone counting did not. So they actually did a true number or true count. And then we said, you might want to recount that. If it was really off, some of them were just off. So I'll show you guys just a little sample here. So basically these are some of the items. This item number, I'm not going to show you everything, but it's really long. And then you have this was blank, so this was me going through entering it in, and then this was the actual amount here that the computer showed. So the people counting did not have this column of information, so they were literally doing a true count, and then we keyed it in, we compared it, and then there's a variance. So basically that was for anybody that's watching this video out of curiosity or for educational reasons, not just for watching my vlog. Yeah, that's kind of how inventory works. So basically at the very end, I think we have a sum total. So today we physically counted 65,000 items in total in about 7 hours, 6.5 hours, something like that. And Monday and Tuesday, basically a day and a half because we finished early on Tuesday, we counted 94,000 items on Monday and Tuesday. Is that not crazy? Y'all, my brain hurts and I wasn't even the one physically counting. It's also important that the counter doesn't have a sheet that shows which items are 0, just in case there is an item on hand, even though it's supposed to be 0, they still need to let you know, oh, we're out of that item, or this is where that item belongs, or we got rid of that item, you know, it shouldn't be on your sheet. In a perfect world, you won't have any differences and everything on hand is gonna match the computer. Did that happen in reality? Probably not all the time. All right, you guys, it is 5:20, so I'm logging off for the day. I keyed everything in the computer, made all of my necessary notes, uploaded the signed documents from the storekeeper. Mostly talking to myself, making sure I did everything. So yeah, you guys, that was my short week of counting inventory. Again, I really like it a lot. I love getting out of the office, going outside, doing physical things, not sitting at a computer all day. I just get bored sometimes, y'all know me. This was mostly just like a leisurely vlog doing the inventory, but then I was thinking this might actually help people if they do inventory count. So then I try to be educational as well, but I am no professional. This is only my 2nd time doing it, but last year it was such a last minute hot mess, unorganized, that I don't even count last year. It was an experiment. This year was basically my first time really doing the inventory count for an audit. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this week. It's only Wednesday, so 3 days. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.